Hey everyone, how's it going? It's I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a Veve OMI update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love you all. Before we get started, I do want to read a message from Veve Magic posted about Silicone Secure. It says, hey Veve fam, Silicone asked me to update everyone on his health status on his behalf. He is still in the hospital. His heart rate has been elevated. His blood pressure is low. Sodium levels are also low, and doctors are trying to figure out what's going on. We had a great FaceTime with NFT Pirates this evening, and he feels all the tremendous love from the fam, wants to express his gratitude. He apologizes that he cannot respond to all of your comments and messages. Please continue to keep positive vibes, prayers, and energy going his way. We love you all so much and are so grateful for all the love and support. Everyone comment, we love you, Silicone, down below. Anyway, now on to the rest of the video. We have a OMI, which is down. OMI is down about 3% on the day, but that being said, it is still above that 0006 range at 000616. Ooh, Marvel, nice. I wish I could say it was because of a rebalancing that the S&P is doing, and you know the top 100 companies, what they're doing. Every now and then, some companies get overweighted, or the S&P gets overweighted with bigger companies. They do a rebalance, and that does bring the markets down. That does tend to say, but even though it had an effect on the stock market, it did not really have an effect on crypto. We did have Bitcoin up about 1% over the last 24 hours. Ethereum is about the same. It's up 0.2%. BNB up 1.7%. Everything else about the same except Cardano and Solana. Cardano's up 1.3%. Solana's up 3.1%. So again, I wish I could blame it on the rebalancing of that S&P 100, but it is not. It is just completely separate from that for whatever reason. And we are currently at 898,000 in trading volume. So the trading volume's not bad, but just right now, again, we were at the 0064 mark. Right now, a bit below that. If I had the funds, I would buy more, but that's just me. Veve posted on their Instagram the other day saying, hey, Veve, it's a weekly sweepstakes, your chance to win every week. Enter for your chance to win. Just go on their Instagrams, go on their Twitter, etc. about that. And then just see how you can win. They do that every week. So somebody, Sergio Collects had posted a status yesterday on Twitter that I'll read right now, and David had responded. Sergio goes and posts, Kung Fu Panda is a perfect collectible. Almost. Okay, I'll go ahead and say what many of us are already probably thinking. The Kung Fu Panda collectible is almost perfect. In fact, there is only one major flaw preventing it from being one of the best collectibles on the app. But before we get to that, let me first praise the collectible for what it has going for it. The animation is smooth and fluid with no jerky movements or obvious flaws. The moves are believable and are in line with the personality of the Po character in the film. I mean, if we look at all the animated collectibles Veve has, there are only a handful of them that I think compete with this in terms of the quality of aesthetics. Off the top of my head, think maybe the R2-D2 animated, the Miles Morales Secret Rare rival this one in terms of looks. I'd add Superman as well, but you know, just my opinion. But I can't for the life of me justify how DreamWorks pulled the trigger on releasing Po Collectible without any sound effects. I mean, nothing. No wham, whack, thwack, skadoosh. Not even a swoosh sound when he kicks or stepping sound when he moves. Or how about at least a wobble sound when it looks like he's about to stumble? They don't even use his voice or any music in the background. I would like some Jack Black on there as well. I mean, maybe there are copyright issues associated with using soundtrack from the movie, but how about some Japanese samurai music you can just pay someone from Fiverr to make? I'm sure there are lots of services you download sound effects from and apply it for commercial use on a digital collectible. And before anyone claims I'm fudding, I own one of these. I saw the trailer like everyone else and decided that even though the value would likely drop in the marketplace, it was worth paying retail to support the design quality. Same here. But I was frankly caught off guard when I realized there were no sound effects with the collectibles. It seems like such an obvious thing that the more I think about it, the more upsetting and this realization becomes. Anyhow, I hope that Veve will consider reaching out to DreamWorks and ask them to upgrade this collectible with sound effects to make it more enjoyable to own. They tend to do this at the end of the beginning of every new season. Like, oh, hey, we're in season 3. We'll update a collectible from season 2, etc., etc. This would be one of the things. I mean, like I said, is there other things that you could improve? You could improve Electra. You could improve a couple other things. But I don't know. Like this is already like a top tier collectible. It looks amazing. But yeah, if you want to actually improve on perfection, sure, do it. And then you have, again, David Yu going and saying, I hear you. As in, again, the CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company is reading the comments and concerns of the people that... And again, he doesn't have to do this. Like, there's a couple other people that call Veve, oh, it's a project. And it's like, okay, you can call it a project all you want, but this word does not mean what I think you think it means. I think something can stop being called a project and then, can call it a legitimate company when they pass the $1 billion mark. They've done this multiple times. most other CEOs of multi-billion-dollar companies do not do this. Elon Musk is like one of the only other ones I could think of that is on Twitter actively with the community. I guess Shane from Earth 2, but that's not a multi-billion-dollar company yet. That'll take some time to get there. So we're very, very lucky to have. And even Sergio Collects goes, this is what customer service looks like. So glad to see not only David recognizing, oh, hey, some people, this is their only issue with it after hearing some praise, but then you have the community as well saying, oh, hey, look, David is listening. And again, I just really like that. David also tweeted yesterday, so someone from Stan Lee's account said, if you're interested in what you do, that keeps you going, says Stan Lee, and David just retweeted that with a heart with some prayer hands. So there's some news from the Veve feed here. Veve feed said, and this I guarantee will be taken out of context, or some people are trying to take it out of context. Active wallets on Veve on the 10th, which was yesterday. We had 1,500 sellers, 1,200 buyers, and 274 minters. So there's really not a ton of people that were on yesterday, and the gem purchases were around 70,000. And I did see a little bit of FUD, but 70,000 on a day when nothing is going on and nothing is coming up immediately, I don't think is that bad. And also, again, I'm not trying to just cherry pick the data here from the bad or good days, but if you're going to take a look at the bad days, you might as well take a look at the good days, where we had over on the 9th. On the 9th, we had 112,000 gems be bought. And that was the 9th. On the 8th, we had 341,000 gems that were bought. On the 7th, we had 175,000 that were bought. So we had over the last week, we've had about 700,000, maybe 800,000 in gems in volume, which I think is pretty heckin' good, but that's just my opinion here. Oh, also before I forget, the weekly sweepstakes, what you have to do is go to Veve Digital Collectibles Discord and hit that little party symbol, goes, and then once you do that, you're entered. Also, happy Ultraman Day. Ultraman Day was yesterday. It is the 10th of July, but David and Dan had posted that. I think David posted that a little late, I'm pretty sure. But it is nice to see David and Dan, our saviors, our heroes, in front of Ultraman. Are we going to get more? I think so. There's a couple of characters over here that it doesn't look like we have on there. Godzilla would be heckin' dope. I would love that. And then some other characters, I'm not sure who they are. Comment down below if you know. I'm very curious. A couple shout outs for people over here. We have Grubba B saying, let's go, level 100 right around the corner because he's at level 95. And then Mr. Dr. Rolex at level 99. Mr. MC1's kind of teasing him a bit. Oh, hey, Dr. Rolex, wouldn't it be great? The one thing that puts you over the top to your 100th level would be 100 Todds. I think he's just asking to buy a whole bunch of Todds. Dr. Rolex, if you want that Luke Skywalker, I need to sell mine. Go. Not my number 43s. Those are staying with me for a while. It's the number 47. Rare. Something from Dan Shawbell, I think this is really cool, saying, if you're a James Bond 007 fan and a collector of Bond on Veve, this heritage auction is remarkable. The original title sequence, original art, for this number, the first time it's used on the big screen. I watch auctions regularly, and this one caught my eye immediately as something special. This is the sale number, is the lot number, and it's the first time you see the barrel of the gun in the movie where it goes dun, 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 dun. The current bid is at $8,500, but with the buyer's premium, you are at $10,625. Oof, that is a big buyer's premium. That's like almost 20%. Heckin' nuts. And be advised, that's going to go up much higher because that auction date ends on 28 July. A lot of these auctions are pretty steady up until the last day and goes up like a mother flapper. Thrawn Collectible, I mentioned that yesterday. That was like, oh, hey, it looks like it's going to sell out. It sold out today. And immediately those commons went from $2 to $4. I know, it's like, okay, what do you want to do there? Sit there all day, buy a bunch of $2 comics like I've done, and then sell it for $4? No, you don't have to. It's if you have a job, you don't need to do that. But again, this is something like, oh, if you're 16 years old and you're off for summer and you want to do, like, it's a perfect thing to do. There are little things down here. Like, I don't know if anyone's ever seen I think it's War Dogs, where there are a bunch of smaller companies were bidding for like these government contracts. We need this amount of funds or this amount of hardware, meaning like weapons, bullets, whatever. And the big stuff you can't go for, but the little stuff that only costs, like a couple $1 million or a couple $100,000, that smaller companies can do. And, the big flips, stuff that costs thousands or tens of thousands, that's very difficult, especially for anyone, much less a teenager. But, if you could read the writing on the wall, if you could read the room, oh, hey, what happens after something sells out? Usually goes up. And you saw that, especially with Thrawn. It was a very big character. We had the Ahsoka trailer come out today. That was heckin' gorgeous. When Ahsoka NFTs on Vivi. Oh my god. I do think we will get the Grogu and the Chewbacca ones first on Vivi. Those are going to be part of the Platinum set. If we do get them, that's what we've seen. Every single one of those pins that I had in my shorts video. Just go on my shorts and you'll look at the pins. You can see that, and it looks like those are going to be the next Star Wars ones we have. But I would be quite all right if we get an Ahsoka one for the Ahsoka series. We do have San Diego Comic-Con this month. At one of these cons, we are going to have a new Marvel Mighty set. Usually at the cons, they are one-offs, like they are for Captain Carter. It was just one of her. There's not 6 or 7 in a collectible. And then for the Chimichanga truck, there was only one of those as well. So at the cons, that's what they do. I think a Nick Fury Marvel Mighty would be amazing. But again, just my opinion. Anyway, back to what I was saying. This Thrawn comic. Yeah, this is something that... Can you make a ton of money with this? No. Well, I mean, you could if you go and you have a whole bunch of money or a whole bunch of time, like this one person that had 200 of these comics, which is nuts. It's Robert Sato saying About Time, showing 414, so it went up even a little more, having 200 of those commons. Heckin' ridiculous. Somebody asked, I only have 14 of those, I do not have a lot. Somebody asked me before about the gold and silver Vivi logo, saying, I hope we get something cool in San Diego for the gold and silver Vivi logo, because again, the company does promise utility, and we do get that every year. But for San Diego, at least at the actual Comic-Con, you're probably not going to get anything there, just because that is Marvel's booth. Like, you are attached to Marvel's booth, and that is Marvel, so I don't think you're allowed to do any Vivi stuff there. But there is a after party that Vivi is putting on that you do get first priority for if you are going to San Diego Comic-Con, if you have a gold and silver Vivi logo. So you don't have to go to the con to attend the party. You just go to the party. But there is limited room, and the people that get first priority for tickets are the Vivi gold and silver logo holders. But outside of that, there's not going to be really anything at the con or specifically to redeem at the convention. I think the same thing for New York Comic-Con. Designer Con, if Vivi goes to that, I'm not sure if they confirmed that or not yet. There'll be something like that there. I think that's the 3 they wanted to go to, which is both Comic-Cons and then the Designer Con. So those are the 3 that Vivi wants to go to this year, I believe. Vivi had also tweeted, "Fantasy is dedicated to the young in heart, to those that when you wish upon a star, your dreams come true." Quote by Walt Disney saying, "This poster series captures the magic of Disneyland's Fantasyland, drops in blind box waitlist on 14 July, which is Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time." Friday's going to be a busy day. I don't think I'll go live for that. It depends on how many of those there are. The Alice in Wonderland collectibles that we have didn't really do so hot. Posters in general don't do so hot. But if it's like the Little Mermaid where, there's like 200 of these, yeah, I'm gonna go live for that, because that's, you want those. You want those for the flip. You want them in general. It looks pretty cool. But Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be having Darcy Donovan over on the podcast, so that will be that's going to be fun as well. A couple million followers all across social media. We're going to talk about Vivi. Here's some other fun stuff. Okay, so OMI Watcher, or the OMI Whale Watcher over on Twitter, had said, "Here's a whale transaction alert. Amount of 24,980,000 OMI, which is about $15,000, was transferred from one wallet to the other." We have Gootmeister going on saying, "I don't really follow this stuff closely, but I'm curious what people think. First, I have no idea if it's true, but if it is that Reese is currently selling and has sold hundreds of thousands of OMI," I assume he means hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of OMI, but anyway, we'll move on. "Do people think that's a red flag given there's still no OUP?" And Foster Hill goes and says, "Listen, the transaction you're sharing is a transfer of tokens between 2 wallets. It does not appear to be a sale of tokens. What evidence is there to support that this wallet belongs to him? I made a video which shows that which sales figures were grossly over-exaggerated. This seems like people grasping at straws, trying to slow down the momentum we have gained. Doesn't bother me in the slightest," and I'm not gonna lie, same here. I don't think that was Reese's wallet that was selling yesterday. If it is, cool. He's like he could do what he wants. I'm not selling anytime soon. I'll sell. I thought about this the other day. I guess I should have gone over the beginning of the video with OMI. When we get to a penny, I'll have sold 20 something million OMI off by that point, and I'll have down to like 150 million. Anyway, we have Nick Caffey or Niddle over on the Twitter saying, VV Official, he tags VV Official saying, mint number 41 and 42 Rancor, break into my vault, fight me by posting your strongest mint numbers, beat my 2 lowest mint Rancors in hand-to-hand combat, brute physical strength only, lower mint equals bigger stim package. That's bananas. Again, people really love Star Wars, people really love number 41 stuff. I think Mr. 41.eth has 50 number 41s on a bunch of these. It's ridiculous. He's a beast. Anyway, moving on. Shout out to Rudy and Tina that have just been going on and traveling the world and posting pictures of all their VV collectibles along the way. I think that's really cool. I assume showing people hey, can you take this picture of us? Because, they want to be in the picture. And then having the people say, oh, what is that? It's just a good icebreaker. They're doing the Lord's work there. And also, Sean from Comics and Crypto, it is his birthday. Happy birthday to you, my friendo. I miss you dearly, and I can't wait to go and hug you, and squeeze you, and never let you go. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Dashy's in the room. I'm just chilling in the kitchen. All right, bye, guys. Meow, 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 meow.